Leeds Hacks News. It's Wednesday the 11th of May. I'm Zoe Wright.
And I'm Katrina Butler. These are today's headlines.
A man's body has been found in a canal in Appley Bridge.
Burglary has increased over the past few months in student areas like Headingley and Woodhouse.
And Headingley Stadium is set to host a test series against England and Sri Lanka. Police have found a body in a canal at Dobson Lock in Appley Bridge. The body of a 50-year-old Derek Fisher has been found by a jogger along the Leeds and Liverpool Canal in Appley Bridge in Bradford at around 9 p.m. yesterday. Police were called to the scene shortly after to retrieve and identify the body of the man who had been missing since Thursday. The point of entry to the canal for Mr. Fisher is not known. However, police are not currently treating it as suspicious. A study shows that student-populated areas such as Woodhouse and Hyde Park have the highest burglary rates in the UK.
Students have been advised to ensure all windows and doors are locked to prevent burglars breaking in entry. As evidence suggests, the number of burglaries are on a constant rise and can be prevented through protecting yourself, through home insurance and always being vigilant, as thieves are after an easy target. Lottie Brooke reports.
Leeds student areas have been affected by more burglaries than ever now that the academic year is nearly over.
I know one person, an American student. His house got burgled up in Headingley, and a couple of laptops and stuff got stolen from his house. Lock the doors and I don't know, get like a dog or something.
Both our next door neighbours have had their back doors broken into, and everything in the house is stolen, but we personally haven't been.
They wrenched off the windows. There was like claw marks in the windows, which appeared to indicate that they used some sort of crowbar, perhaps, something like that. This first time actually was more or less my fault, because I neglected to lock the gates on the doors, and that was taken advantage of, and they came in and completely ransacked the place, and she saw the robbers come in. Then that was the second time.
I think it's just because everyone knows that there's a lot of students here and the house is quite old, so the doors aren't that safe really. I know our front door's not that safe, it's really thin.
West Yorkshire Police have recommended that students and residents of the LS6 area keep all windows and doors locked whenever out of the house, and also at night time when the burglars are most likely to strike. Metal bars and gates on windows are also highly recommended as they protect private property as a plus. This is Charlotte Brooke reporting for Leeds Hacks News.
The EU referendum is approaching fast. Before we know it, the UK will finally have their say on whether we stay in the European Union or not.
What will the people of Leeds be voting? We sent out Zoe to find out more.
The EU referendum is getting closer. The public will soon decide whether we remain in the European Union or not. Britain has not had a say in our involvement since 1975, and poll opinions are currently very much balanced. I took to the streets of Leeds to find out the public's opinion.
I'm voting in. I think we're better together.
So I'm voting for out, yeah. I want them to go home, you know what I mean? So we don't want them here and everything like you see. So if you just tell them, just tell them, they're taking jobs that we could be doing, but you're not allowed to be racist and all that.
I don't know, what's the point of changing it? I don't see the point really. It's been good so far. It's been great, nothing's going wrong. That's it, I feel like just staying.
Yes, I think there's a lot of scaremongering going about, and that makes me wonder why they're so keen for us to stay.
Yeah.
And what the incentives are for us to stay. That worries me slightly.
I think we should stay in because training would be a lot more difficult if we left.
And I think the same.
If you are wanting to have your say on the 23rd of June, then you must be registered to vote by the 7th of June. This is Zoe Wright reporting for Leeds Hacks News. The Leeds Food Aid Network and Feed Leeds organisation is hosting a food networking event tonight to discuss food poverty, cooking and physical health at the St George's Centre.
Several organisations and charities around the city at the event and will work to teach locals who don't have easy access to food basic cooking skills to help them prepare a healthy meal daily and how to get help when in need. Anna Hoyas reports.
Last year, an approximate of 25,000 people were affected by food poverty in Leeds. I spoke to Assistant Director of the St. George's Crypt, Andrew Almond, about how tonight's event will discuss what can be done to support a healthy food system in the city.
Is they don't know how to cook. They've never been taught how to cook. You give them a cabbage, ask them to peel it, and they might just take off all the leaves because they've never seen a cabbage before. And if people aren't taught, if people haven't been given skills, then how can they be expected to cook? So this is a session to both show people how easy it is to cook, and also to show other agencies who are to show how easy that is, give people ideas around recipes, try and bring other agencies on board and try and get other people working together with us to build up awareness of the issue of nutrition, problems with being able to cook, problems with being able to feed a family, and then at the end of the event we're going to give all of these slow cookers away to families in need.
The event will also focus on working with the community to ensure they know the importance of a good diet and a healthy lifestyle.
Leeds Beckett University is set to raise awareness for dementia from the week commencing the 16th of May. Events are aimed to help students become more aware of how to deal with dementia.
We sent out our reporter, Fatima to find out more.
Leeds Beckett University is preparing for their annual Dementia Awareness Week. The events are planned interactive ways for the community of Leeds to be acquainted with the condition that affects so many. We spoke to Claire Sir, Professor of Dementia Studies, about the upcoming week.
So the theme of Dementia Awareness Week generally is to get people to talk more about dementia and not be afraid to raise an issue about it if they've got a concern. Across Leeds Beckett University, our theme is to just raise awareness about dementia among students and staff. I think the university's got quite an important role to play around this. We've obviously got staff and students who might be affected by dementia, and so it's important that people know about dementia, but also that we've got a supportive university that can help them if they've, for example, got caring responsibilities. But we've also got a responsibility in the wider community, both as an institution that does research and teaching and education, but also in terms of our community engagement and supporting dementia awareness in the community. Most people will come into contact with someone with dementia at some point during their life. Many students might already be affected by dementia through parents, grandparents, or other family members who might have the condition. But also as people go into working in different roles, they will more than likely meet people with dementia in most aspects of life. So whether they're going into banking, into sport, into running a business, people with dementia are out there in society and need services and people that understand what it's like to have dementia and that can therefore offer a better service and level of support for them.
Fatima reports.
The new development of a John Lewis store in Victoria Gate, Leeds, is seeking for applications for 550 new jobs. As well as a John Lewis, Victoria Gate will be home to a casino, a multi-storey car park and 30 other shops and restaurants. Building for Victoria Gate began in spring 2014 and the £150 million shopping arcade is set to open in October. Finalising the development is being seen as a huge part of the regeneration of Leeds city centre. John Lewis's addition of 550 jobs will help with unemployment in the city centre as there is a variety of different positions available. The application process for jobs at John Lewis begins this Friday and the retailers are looking for qualified people to complete full-time and part-time positions.
Today marks the last day of the Plantain exhibition, which is being held at Leeds Corn Exchange. A unique exhibition where 13 artists present a collection of planets through science fiction and science fact.
Artists were asked to invent names for their planets as well as histories and inhabitants. We sent Aisha Nazim to the Corner Exchange to find out more.
Today we are here at Leeds Corn Exchange. We went to find out more about the art exhibition taking place today. The art exhibition takes place downstairs in the Corn Exchange. It begins at 12 p.m. today and ends at 6.
It started off just as an idea that snowballed. I gave each of the artists a marble in a jar and told them it's a planet, and told them to make an artistic response to it. So it's really just an exhibition of the artist's imagination and let them go crazy with it. Art is important because it's something that's in our everyday lives. You know, from this table has been designed by somebody, the chairs we're sitting on, the clothes that we wear, the things we watch on TV, the billboards that we're seeing, the lovely shop signs. All these are pieces of art that have been designed by an artist.
This is Aisha Nazmeen reporting live from the Corn Exchange for Leeds Hacks News.
The Test series between England and Sri Lanka gets underway next week on the 19th of March at Headingley Stadium.
The England squad is being announced tomorrow and a number of Yorkshire players are in contention for a place, Matt Tomlinson reports.
Today at day 4 of Yorkshire versus Surrey, finding out what chances Yorkshire boys Gary Ballant and Johnny Bairstow have of making the side.
The one thing I would say with Gary, that he started the year in Yorkshire colours, and I'm going back to Abu Dhabi and Dubai now, where they were on pre-season. He started there extremely well. He scored a 2-day 100 against Lancashire in a friendly in Dubai. He scored 100 against the MCC in Abu Dhabi. Since then, things have just tailed off for him.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not at the right time, is it really? Because obviously, you know, the England selectors will want to see batting form and players in runs. It wouldn't surprise me either way if he was selected tomorrow or he wasn't.
Well, Johnny Bairstow's surely got to be in it, hasn't he? Without a shadow of a doubt.
I don't think any bookmaker would take odds on that. I think he's in with the gloves.
With the gloves all series, do you think?
Well, certainly to start with. I think, you know.
Well, Butler misses the first game, doesn't he, with his IPL?
Butler probably misses the whole series, I'd say, with the IPL.
He couldn't be going in any better form, could he, Bairstow?
Unbelievable, isn't it? 900, over 1,000 runs in 9 games last year and 533 in the first 3 or 4 games here. It's incredible, really.
I'm Matt Tomlinson, reporting for Leeds Hacks News.
It seems like the UK summer has come and gone in the past few days.
Say goodbye to your tan lines and get your coats on. Here's Layla Rose with the weather.
Hello there. There are several weather warnings across parts of the UK with some heavy rain, so there will be problems on the road with poor visibility and surface flooding. This will clear to some bright and sunny spells through the late afternoon into this evening. It will feel warm in shelter, but slightly cooler near coasts with an onshore breeze. Maximum temperatures for the Leeds area will reach 20 degrees Celsius. Conditions are set to improve with clear spells overnight and remaining dry. Some fog patches will develop through the early hours, especially over higher ground. Minimum temperatures tonight will be 10 degrees Celsius. Back to you in the studio.
That's all for tonight on Leeds Hacks News.
Thank you for watching and good night.